Hello, it's Phillip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers. I'm looking at a book from Waterside Press. It's called Holloway Prison by Hilary Beauchamp. It's about 300 pages long. It's an interesting book. You can see from it that there's a little dedication to children and so forth. It's narrative, most of it throughout, looking at particular vignettes of personal cases. There's some pictures of some of the drawings and artwork that she, as a teacher at Holloway, has produced with the inmates. And then at the back there's an index. It's an interesting book from a number of points of view. We've written a review, that's my wife Elizabeth and I have written a review on Flickr. We've given it the title Holloway Prison, A Place of Terror. And let me just explain why, as a teacher myself, of people who are in prison, why this is an interesting book. It's most human, and it's an intriguing account of something which most citizens do not wish or want to know about, and that's locking up women. Reading through these sad pages, one can reflect on the value and inspiration of Hilary Beauchamp in her approach as a valued social contribution to recent studies in applied criminology, and a work which all researchers and students, in our view, should read and critically appreciate, especially if they have not been involved hitherto in the sharp end of things, which of course is what I do as a barrister and as a teacher. All prisons are by their nature a place of terror, but Holloway has a special distinction, as it houses the numerically miniscule number of female offenders who pose a serious risk to our society here. Whatever the arguments against incarcerating women, and there are fresh policy initiatives in this area during the summer of 2010, Beauchamp tells us how it is, and we welcome her approach. Few will understand many aspects of this tale unless they've taught prisons such as those depicted here. There are 8 chapters altogether, not that the chapter headings are particularly helpful, but the book itself, as I say, about 300 pages, is well worth reading. Hilary's aim has been to produce an enjoyable read whilst conveying a true sense of the nature of imprisonment for women under a prison works policy, currently under review. She concludes, what else should I have done to try and better the lot of the women, or others from such backgrounds with similar problems? Well, she's done a great deal here. The book brings out the differences between those who see the need for a creative and educational outlet for prisoners, to those who throw the key away as an approach. Now, Beauchamp brings into sharp focus, in our view, her individual vignettes, which illustrate generally the human misery which permeates the storylines throughout. So the book makes good reading for a wide market, in our opinion, from law students and social workers to teachers, and all involved in socially useful work, where Hilary Beauchamp has certainly picked up the vibes of what we do as part of the criminal justice process in our own way as lawyers. All the calamities which lead most people to a prison sentence are covered in this society within a society group history, as I see it. What we found most attractive about Beauchamp's way in which she covers the story is the ever-present constructive approach which works for so many in education, but especially those in custody. Lawyers and judges know that the biggest issue for many offenders cover policies for the poor, the mentally ill and the marginalised minorities as we see them at their crucial moment. If there ever was an antidote to this historically tagged place of terror, then it's firm education policies to raise knowledge and an end to short sentences, especially for women in the TV licence cases and the like, where custody arrives effectively from debt. Beauchamp covers all categories of offender with a rare glimpse into a place of terror which we should know more about, and reform accordingly from the lessons learned here to tackle this part of penal policy. Thank you, Hilary. Bye-bye.